What can be better than ready-made snacks in your fridge for your toddlers that are healthy, delicious, and ready to go? If you need to leave the house in 5 minutes, you can grab them and go. And I think what's even better is when those snacks have some vegetables in them. And for those toddlers that do not enjoy vegetables, they won't even feel them. This is why today I want to share 3 delicious snack ideas that you can just prepare and keep them in your fridge and then just give them to your toddlers during the week. This is what I do and it always saves me so much time. Let's start with the sweet snacks. So I'll run you through the ingredients first and then I'll quickly show you how to make it. The first one literally takes 3 minutes to whip up and then just put them in the oven to cook for a few minutes and that's it. So the first recipe is carrot banana bread cookies. They're very delicious and very easy to make. So you only need 2 ripe bananas. I use very ripe, so the sweetness of them depends on how ripe your bananas are. So just choose something to your liking. Then some grated carrots. I grated them very finely. Some cinnamon and nutmeg. Nutmeg is optional. If you don't want to use that, you don't have to. Some self-raising flour. If you don't have a self-raising flour for this recipe, you can just add a teaspoon and a bit of baking powder and that's just gonna work just fine. And then we just have some cooled melted coconut oil. And that's it. Okay, so we start by mashing our banana. Okay, once that's ready, we just add our coconut oil. Okay, mix that in. I love the fact that it takes such a little time to make them and they're just so easy. So even on those days when you're preparing meals for your toddler, it doesn't take a long time to make them. We then add our flour, cinnamon and nutmeg, and then mix that again. And this is the part where we can start using our hands because it's just so much easier. I should have probably rolled my sleeves, but I didn't do that. So let's just hope for the best. So we mix everything very well. And then we'll add our carrot. If you want to add anything else, like nuts or even chocolate chips, if you use them, you can just add them now. And then mix your carrots in. I've just washed my hands because I want to add a little bit more flour. You don't have to put too much because it still can be sticky. You don't have to actually roll the cookies. You'll just take a teaspoon or tablespoon and then just put the dollops on the baking sheet. So I think I'll just add like an additional tablespoon or so, and that will be fine for me. But yeah, just see what works for you. So it should look something like this. Still very sticky, but more like a dough. So now we can actually just easily unform the cookies with a teaspoon. And the last thing that's left, we just need to put them on the baking tray. So what I do, I just take a teaspoon of the dough and then just literally put the dollops on the baking tray like that. We just need to make sure that the cookies are pretty much the same size because otherwise some of them might cook a bit faster than the others. So just continue doing that until your entire dough is used up. So once you're all done, they look something like this. And now what you need to do is just to put them in the oven in 180 degrees Celsius for about 12 to 15 minutes or so. Just, I would say, put it for 12, see how they look, and then just take them out when they're ready. I'll show you how they look like when they come out. My cookies are now all done and they look just like that. They look very delicious and the entire house smells so good. I'm gonna leave them to cool down for now, and then once that's done, they will be ready to be enjoyed. I actually think I'm gonna grab quite a few myself just because at least now they smell so delicious that I really want them. Now I want to share with you my second recipe, and that's sweet potato and apple fritters. Let me run you through the ingredients again and then I'll show you how to make them. So these are the ingredients that we will need. That's some self-raising flour, some cinnamon. Now in this recipe you can either use cinnamon or if you have some sage, that's really good too. Then we have an egg, some grated apples. I used about 3 medium to small apples, but yeah, I'll leave the ingredients in the description down below. And then we have here some cubed boiled sweet potato. If you want to make this recipe, I would suggest to make your potatoes in advance. It took me just a few minutes to peel them and cube them, and then I just boiled those potatoes whilst I was doing something else. So I would suggest maybe if you have a spare moment in the morning or anytime you have, quickly just do that prep and then put them to boil and then just go around your day and do what you need to do. And then once it's ready, take them out and you can just leave it. And then whenever you're ready to make this recipe, you just have them ready on hand. So what we need to do now is just to mash our sweet potatoes. I like to use a masher, but you can just use a fork. It works just as well. Our mashed potatoes are all done. Once that's done, it's extremely easy. We pretty much just put everything in one bowl and that's it. I just add my cinnamon normally first on my apples. You can just slightly mix them if you want to. Crack an egg. Mix that in with your sweet potato. Then you add your apples. Again, mix that in. My bowl is definitely too small for that, but you know, doesn't matter, does it? You just make it work. At the end of the day, we're just trying to make our food very delicious for our babies. And as long as they're good for them, it has good nutritional value. Who cares how messy the process was, right? Okay, so that's all mixed in, and we just then add our flour. Okay, my bowl is definitely gonna be too small for that. Try to fold in the flour. And then we'll just grab a pan, put some oil in there, and then we'll fry them. You can also make them ahead of time. If you don't use them during the week, you can then freeze them as well. You just need to freeze them on the tray first for like 30 minutes or so, and then you can just put them in the bag. I just always like to prepare my snacks for like a week ahead and then just make a few different alternatives and then just rotate them during the week. So you just continue doing this until you use up all your batter. This recipe will make loads of them, so you'll definitely have some spare ones. It's really good, especially if you have multiple kids and you just want a quick recipe that makes loads. I packed loads of them in the pan because I just wanted to make them all at the same time. The only downside to this is now it's very hard to flip them just because there are so many of them and they're touching each other. But, so they are ready now. Mine took about 15 minutes or so. And that's how they look. I'm gonna leave them to cool now, and you can serve them either warm or cold. So now I want to share my last recipe with you, which is zucchini tots. This recipe will be done in the air fryer, so if you have it, you can now preheat your air fryer to about 150 degrees. So it's really not that high. And then everything is gonna be very quick in this recipe. We're just literally putting everything in one bowl. And that is basically it. Let me talk you through the ingredients now, and then I'll show you how to make it. So for this recipe, you will need some grated courgette or zucchini. Once you grate that, just either take a kitchen towel or just with your hands, squeeze all the water from it, because otherwise it might not work really well. So just do that first. Then we have an egg, some Italian seasoning, some cheese, some pepper, and then lastly, you need some breadcrumbs, but I personally didn't have any. So what I did, I just used one slice of bread, and I just used my food processor and I just made some fresh breadcrumbs. So you can do that too. So now let's just put it all together. So in the same bowl where your zucchini is, we just add an egg. And then our Italian seasoning. Then all cheese, and then some black pepper. Mix everything in together quickly, just so the egg is mixed in. Okay, and now we just add our breadcrumbs. We mix everything in together. So at this point, I'm gonna start using my hands. Now, once you try to put the tots together, if your batter doesn't hold it, at this point you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of flour so the mixture just stays together. I think for me, I'm not gonna add any flour because it holds the shape quite well. But yeah, if it doesn't hold it, you can just add some flour if you want. So my air fryer is now preheated. I'm just gonna form them with my hands and put them in. Try to make like a tot shape, but again, it doesn't really matter how you want it. It's just for you and your toddler. I mean, technically for your toddler, but you're most likely gonna have some anyways. So once it's all ready and shaped, it looks something like this. And now we just put that in our air fryer for about 10 to 12 minutes until they all cook through and slightly golden brown. So my tots are now ready and they look just like that. They're extremely hot, so you need to wait about 5 to 10 minutes until you can eat them. But they look very, very good. So I really hope you enjoyed today's recipes and you're gonna try them with your toddlers. All the recipes will be in the description down below. If you do try them, let me know in the comments how you like them and if you would make any changes. Don't forget that you can always add any additional things that you want to them because it's just literally open to your imagination. Oh, my toddler just dropped all the books, but oh well. Anyway, so I really, really hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!